What is the purpose of existence? And nobody knows. Because if you knew, you wouldn't be here. Really, you would not be here. If you knew what a problem was, you would not be here. You would be wasting your time. Wasting it. You could be walking the beaches of Maui, or go up to the place where I live on the Big Island, volcano, 5 miles from an active volcano, and any moment you go, and you're gone. You know? But since I live part of the year in California, Woodland Hills, you can go, be gone too. Here's what I'm going to, Joe and I and whoever, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't care where it's going to go, really. I'm just putting it up, and you're going to be creating where it goes, and I'm going to be doing what I came to do, and go, oh my God, and then start erasing, yeah. So, let's see, where do we begin? That's a very important question. Where is it? Where do we begin? Somebody tell me, where do we begin? If we're going to solve these, we're going to answer these questions, where do we begin? And be clear. Again, he says he's giving permission to be profane. So most of what you're going to say today is bullshit stuff. I mean, you are. Yeah, I've heard it before. It's going to be sheer bullshit. So I'm getting ready, and here's what I'm getting ready with. Maybe Joe wants to say something.
No, I just have a mic to hand to whoever wants to say something. Right there.
The answer is I don't have a clue.
Well, you're like everybody else. Only what happens if you're in California and in Los Angeles, they talk a very good story. Yeah. Whatever reason, the Los Angeles folks around Los Angeles, they'll always say, I know, and you know it's bullshit stuff. I mean, really, it's all the bullshit. So, maybe somebody would like to contribute to the bullshit, you know? So I have here what is called an eraser. So as you're talking, I'm watching the room, watching the cosmos, watching the plant, watching all this, and it's only an opportunity for me to erase. So fire away. And you have to, for me, you have to speak very slowly, and I would ask you to stand up so I know where the trash is coming from.
From this corner.
Now, we're going to make the point now. So listen, he is not talking. I want you to be clear about that. When he speaks, he is not speaking. It's data speaking in his soul. So he's not speaking, because if he was at zero, he would have nothing to say. So I'm going to make this point over and over again, that you were created in the exact likeness of the divine, pure and perfect. Pure. So who you are is a divine being that's perfect already. But you happen to talk trash. Yeah? So let's listen to a divine being talk trash. Yes, sir.
So once I heard that there are no problems.
I'm sorry?
Once I heard that there are no problems, but only situations.
What does that mean?
It means that it becomes a problem because of our understanding it as a problem.
No, it becomes a problem because it's data. See, now if, for example, you were at zero, you'd be fine. But as soon as you start talking, you're talking, as Dr. Vitale is saying, you're talking this. But here's who you are. But when you talk trash, this echoes the trash. But if you were already perfect, you wouldn't say anything. Zero. So what you're saying is nonsense. So I'm going to hit like that because I want to make sure you don't get away with bullshit.
Any more questions?
Yeah. So now where you want to be, so I'm going to erase the board and I want you to watch this. You will know, you will realize I cannot erase 0, but I can erase data. So I'm going to erase the data, and as I erase the data, I'm leaving you behind. This is you. This is what Shakespeare called blank. This is what Goethe in Faust calls stillness. This is what Jesus called purity of soul. This is what people like Buddha says void. So when you're at void, you're free, clear, peace, beyond all comprehension. This is you. This is chaos. This is chaos on you. This is disease. This is problem. And this is what Buddha calls suffering. That when the data plays, which is a memory replaying, as Dr. Vitale pointed out, you're stuck. I don't care what you say, it's trash. But now, if you're willing to let go.
Could I add one thing?
Oh, please be my guest.
So he said, I have a problem, but he heard that he can call it, I have a situation. I'm writing it down so that you can visibly see that this is just data reframed with a different word in it. It is still a program, it is still trash, it is still something that can be erased. It's exactly the same thing, you just used a different word on it, but that word was also taking you away from 0.
Taking you away from yourself. Pure in heart. You have given up. Don't go away, Dr. Vitale. Come. So you have given up yourself, pure in heart, for trash. Trash. I mean, can you imagine giving up a pure soul for trash? And this is what we do moment to moment. We're trashy. Yeah. For example, some of you have this notion that you're a healer. It's trash. Some of you who think you're coaches, it's trash. Because if you're hanging around somebody who needs to be coached, all you have to do is erase the stuff and the person will be fine. Because if you are 0, everybody else will be at 0. So when I work with people who come and see me over the years, I try not to. But when they call or get an email that slips in, I don't know how they got, I say to myself, what's going on in me that they should be giving me a litany, data, trash of their problems. And so now as I begin to erase the trash in me, it gets erased in them, and they never email me again. Now, the only thing I don't know, and Mr. Joe Vitale will have to tell me, is how to build them.
Recent scientific studies have proven that one of the reasons you may not be attracting money now has nothing to do with what you're doing, has nothing to do with what you're thinking consciously, but has a lot to do with how your pineal gland is programmed. Now, the good news is there's a way to reprogram it. There's something new, and I have the special report right here. It's the Wealth Rhythm Code. The Wealth Rhythm Code is a sound frequency designed to target your pineal gland. And what it is doing is erasing the past programming and freeing you and even reprogramming you so you can now attract wealth. How this works is amazing because it only takes 7 minutes. There are generational curses, generational programming that has been activated in you. And a large part of what you're receiving and attracting and achieving has to do with not so much your conscious thinking or the law of attraction or any of the hocus pocus that is out there. It has to do with the scientific fact that your pineal gland has been programmed and you've inherited its limitations. So the good news is with the Wealth Rhythm Code, you can reprogram it. Let me read a couple things from the special report here. Most of the programs that are already out there only focus on feeling better. Feeling better is fantastic. Who doesn't want to feel better? But you want wealth. Don't you want to attract concrete results? Don't you want to pull into your life actual wealth that you can put in the bank, that you can count, that you can share, spend, invest, circulate? You want the real thing. So do I. That's why I'm so excited, because there's a body of work out there that says your genetics is programmed in such a way to cause you to get lack and limitation. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with your ancestors, and you can't really blame them. They lived in a different time. They lived in a different place. They downloaded limitations, and they passed them on to you. They passed them on to you. So no wonder you've struggled. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with how you've been programmed by generations past. What do you do about that? That's the good news. In the report I'm looking at, there's a book that's called The Body Keeps the Score. And in the book, the author says there's generational genetics. Generational genetics. That means you've inherited the genetics of other people, your relatives, your bloodline, going back through the beginning of time, more or less. And again, who cares if you can't do something about it? But the good news is you can do something about it. This recent discovery, it's the Wealth Rhythm Code. It's a breakthrough that activates your pineal gland so it generates wealth rhythm for you. There's studies that prove this. There's research that says this is happening. There are people that are making this work. And I'm going to tell you, there's also people upset about it. This has been funded by millionaires and billionaires, and they're getting upset because they didn't want this secret to get out. They wanted to hold it to their chest. I don't believe that's the way wealth should be shared. I think when we have wealth, when we have information, when we have gold, when we can make a difference, tell the world. Let's help each other. That's what I'm doing here. I want to help you. Now, we all know what struggle is like. And if you keep on doing what you've been doing, you're probably got to keep on struggling like you've been struggling. Break free, break through, and break now. I encourage you to read every word here, and I encourage you just to jump ahead and invest. It's 7 minutes. 7 minutes to remove a generational curse so that you can experience the wealth and prosperity and abundance. It exists, but you haven't seen it because of the pineal gland and the programming that was there. Let's break free. I've broken free. I want you to break free. So please, in all sincerity, read every word here and then invest in yourself. This will make a difference in your life, your family's life, your community's life. And if there's causes you believe in on the planet, you can help them too, because you'll attract the wealth that you can redirect to where you think it will do the most good. But it all begins right now. Take a leap. Jump ahead. Have faith. And as I like to say, expect miracles.